Hey everyone, welcome back to part 9 of Hill Orc Fighter of Beogh and Ultraviolent 4. Now you might be wondering why we're in Zot at this stage of a 15 rune game, and you would be right to wonder, because we really shouldn't be. So in the last episode we picked up our third rune, which was the Silver Rune of Zot, found in Vaults 5 of course. Typically what you then do is the other standard 3 runes. So you get your 4th and 5th out of, you get your 4th and 5th runes out of the Abyss and the Slime Pits, and then maybe you might do Zot. And I usually don't, because I want to try to save my mutation potions. Why am I here now though? Why have I brought us here into Zot so early? The reason is because I want to win an argument. So I explained this in the last one, but basically I was in a Reddit argument. It was after the change to Lee's Rapid Deconstruction, where it no longer breaks down walls, and I said, I'm going to be learning Shatter now on my melee characters, my 3 rune melee characters even, to break into the lungs in Zot. And the person I was arguing with said that won't even be possible, you'll never even be able to cast it. So I'm here to find out, can we cast Shatter with no Earth Magic training or spellcasting or anything on this character? Maybe. Yet to be determined. We gotta make it to Zot 5 first. I mean, I could just try to shatter some random wall somewhere, but I feel like this proves the point better. We have an Orc Knight with us. He came in as a plain Orc, showing you how it's not necessarily true that your Orcs just die to AoE here in Zot. If we can train a plain Orc with nothing, he's got a falchion, but he has no armor, no shield, very squishy, into an Orc Warlord, then I don't know, how can you say the Orcs just automatically die in Zot? Can't be true. He's made it to an Orc Knight, so he's well on his way to Warlord status. Can he get there? Only time will tell. We'll find out. If he's getting shot by negative energy bolts though, I dare say he won't make it last very long. I'm going to tell him to guard here, and we'll pull this stuff up. And again, whoa, that was a whopper. So these guys, they have a bunch of annoying spells. I say annoying, but they're also dangerous. They ignore your MR. The first is blinking allies around you, so his allies, which is what just happened there. We got a bunch of stuff right on top of us. Also, he can do, and this is the more dangerous one, is he can blink you, blink other, and ignores your AC. Sorry, it ignores your MR. So he can just blink you around, and it's very dangerous, especially in Zot. You have no controlled blinks, any teleports are delayed, and for all you know, at any point in time there might be orbs of fire lurking around. In some ways this is good that he encircled us on the stairs like this, because then we can just pull them back up and we're going to get rid of all of them. They're going berserk, but I don't really care. We've got 50 AC and 34 shield. This character is really tanky. Not too concerned about melee damage, even on berserked draconians. You should respect them though. See, there's the blink other. I've got half a mind to just smite him. Let's see how we go. This one is good though. I'd prefer the Quicksilver Dragon to be berserk rather than casting bolts at us. This is another warper, so this is getting a bit crazy. I don't want my friend to die to that one, so we're going to smite it, and then we continue going. I'm just getting warped everywhere. Again, let's try and keep our friend alive. We're going to smite this one. I would be happy if they went berserk, because then they'd stop blinking us everywhere. How about we just shoot our Wand of Acid? We can't even reach. Oh my god, okay, we'll just smite him, fine. As we do that last smite, we finish our Manual of Invocations. We weren't focusing that, no, we're just training it, which is fine. It's at 24, it's pretty good. Alright, on we go. Still no magical cloaks on any of these draconians. I would love to get a Cloak of Magic Resistance so that we can upgrade our rings. and we don't have to keep just wearing these protection from magic ones. Actually, no, okay. At some point, our natural MR is going to give us another pip. I think it will be on a Hill Orc. I think it's at XL 27. So as soon as we get there, it will be up. I want to make another point to you that I see happen sometimes. And this is where people are worried that if they split experience with their followers, their character's going to be underleveled. So they want to try to be away from their followers as much as possible. I've been with my followers all game. We are halfway to level 27 at the moment. Don't worry about it. You will not be underleveled. We can use our magic mappings. Our power is leaking away. That tells us there's a ghost moth around. Okay. MR ring goes back on. Tentacle monstrosity, not too scary. Let's fully rest up so that our orc friend can get healed. I don't want to run around with him less than full HP. I feel like this is a trap. This seems like we've been following a path of every few tiles there's another spot of gold. This is sort of like, you know how you have the bits of food leading the bird up to the trap and then it gets caught. I feel like that's what's happening here. I guess we'll have to see what's in this vault. I'm scared though. There's a cursed toe. Alright, so these guys, very dangerous. They have torment. They can surround you with mushrooms as well. They can confuse you. Like any enemy that's come before, it is susceptible to smite. Let's XV this guy again. Have a look at his AC here. Has a bunch of AC. Pretty difficult to kill with melee attacks, but oh, and resistances too. Immune to poison, immune to fire and negative energy, resistant to electricity and cold. So he packs all sorts of resistances. But we have the smite targeted, cannot miss, ignores AC ability, and we get him in 3 goes, and as we do that, we get Beogh, the Orc Warlord. A very fitting time to do it, just as we take down that cursed toe. He's still just got his falchion. So we've done it. We brought this plain orc into Zot and we turned him into a warlord. Anyone who tells you that your orcs just auto die in Zot when you're worshipping Beogh, tell them they're crazy, because clearly not true. Let's get him a pole on. And I guess we need to train someone else then. There was just a plain glaive in Zot 1. We can give that to him. I could go get him a better weapon. Yeah, let's go get him the glaive of protection maybe. At this point it doesn't really matter. I'll just grab the plain glaive. It's still a polearm, not a huge deal. Alright, and then let's get someone else to train. If we haven't just run through all our orcs. We haven't, I know we haven't, because we had Orc Knights in vaults when we did it. So we're going to do our recall trick. We keep hitting the 1 key until we start getting Orc Knights. Look how many warlords we have. It's crazy, the warlords are still coming. Alright, let's stop. I think we got a couple of plain orcs here who are going to come with us. Perfect, we've got 2 plain orcs. Worked perfectly. Okay, can we bring a team of 2 plain orcs and bring them both to warlords while in Zot? This is an even bigger challenge because we're not just trying to keep 1 alive, we're trying to keep 2 alive. Oh, 1 became a priest. I really dislike how that happens. So, here, Beogh blesses Ugrim with priesthood. So this is supposed to be a buff because your plain guy became a priest, but that's a shame because I want him to be a warlord, not a priest. We've got a gold dragon here, as well as a black draconian who's going to do electricity. So I'm going to switch to my RLF ring. I'm retreating everyone back. If the gold dragon does any poison breath, plain orcs are going to die immediately. Let's just move forward a tile so we can get our cleaving on all of those guys. Alright, our guy became an Orc Warrior, which is good. Let's go back to our MR ring. I just want to say, I'm sorry Ugrim, but I don't really care about you. I'm going to try to keep our Orc Warrior alive. I'm expecting Ugrim to die. I don't really mind. Very difficult to keep your priests and wizards alive. A new scroll of blinking. Doesn't do much for us here in Zot, but once we get out of Zot, when we're in extended, we'll be able to blink again. Our guy became a knight. He's a knight with a club. It's really funny. It's got the plain club that he's rocking. Armor skill to 20. Again, a gold dragon, so retreat these guys out so they're not going to die to poison. That's what I'm talking about, that poison. Got a reflection amulet. I don't really care about a reflection amulet. I'm going to turn those off in auto pickup. If I ever did decide I wanted a reflection amulet, we have the Brooch of Shielding, which is +8 and reflection, so that's always going to be better. That had static discharge with lesser beckoning. None of those excite me. And on to Zot 3. I mean, we have a high priest. He's going to summon demons. Those are useful, but again, I'm still not expecting him to stay alive. This looks like a pretty small Zot floor. I don't see any vaults anywhere that we need to be afraid of. So let's just get going. It's 3 Moss of Wrath so far. Okay, Storm Dragon. That means I want Aralek. And I want to be very careful that our orcs aren't being shot. Okay. This is really scary. So, well, I mean, our character's not as afraid, but basically, anytime you have something that hits as hard as a golden dragon does, and a Moth of Wrath, you should be panicking. Gold dragons can bite for 40, claw for 20, and trample for another 20. That's 40, 20, that's 80 damage. When they are berserked, they are mited and hasted. Mited enemies do 150% damage, and because they're hasted, they are faster. So they're going to hit you more often, they're going to do extraordinary amounts of damage. If this was just one Moth of Wrath, we could very easily smite it, and it would just die. Unfortunately, it is 2. So the best way to deal with this, if you want to get rid of Moss of Wrath, and say you don't have Smite, you're some other character, is to read a Scroll of Fear. They have low MR, so they're very likely to be affected. And what's really great about that is often the monster that you're afraid of being berserked, the Golden Dragon in this case, will not be feared, so then you can fight them on their own. So let's read the Fear Scroll before they go berserk. We got both the Moss of Wrath, and tell these guys to retreat down, so they don't die to this poison breath that's almost certainly coming. I see one Moth of Wrath, let's smite it. Here's the other one, let's smite that too. Okay, good. So now we can just fight all these dragons. We've still got our Lekon. Alright, good. Gold Dragon Scales. This guy stepped on the teleport trap, so he got teleported away. Our friends are coming back, don't want them to get bolted. And again, don't go on the Zot trap. Avoid getting our friends bolted. Tell him to follow us, and Ugrim can come too. Alright, everyone's still alive, so that was the quadruple dragon plus double Moth of Wrath combo. Not one you see every day. And now let's switch back to our protection from magic ring. We're going to be really vigilant about that. If you ever mess up once and you get paralyzed, you could die. It's the one thing, having a lack of MR, that can very easily just end your run without you being able to do anything. Everyone retreats back out of the poison again. Stay out of the poison. Retreat back, please. Okay. Well, our friend's just got a club. I wish he had a polearm, so then we could gift him this gold dragon scales, but alas. And I want to retreat away from all these draconians. I see a black one, so we want our RLX. And let's go. Our axe is going to slow them all. I really don't want our friends to help with this. I think it's too dangerous. I'm just going to keep retreating them away. As far as just us fighting regular Draconians, none of these guys, Storm Dragon 2, can see invisible. Wow, we only have one potion of invis. I know there are more on our shopping list. Another 2 of them are in a shop in depths. Okay, we might need to go get those before too much longer. Alright, good. And still no magic cloaks. This is crazy. Oh no, I rested without telling him to follow us again, so he was wandering off. Gotta be careful not to do that. If you ever retreat monsters away, remember to tell them to follow you again before you start resting or before you run off. That's a really sad way to lose them. So, we reach our final level. Let's go int again. And that should give us a natural pip of MR. It didn't. Or maybe it did, because we're still wearing our RLX ring. Right as I finished saying, you got to be super vigilant. Alright, let's have a look. I think we just got an extra innate one. We did. Alright, so we can see now, we had 3 pips before, now we've got 4. That means we can ditch one of these rings of magic resistance. This one. And I'm going to instead wear, we've got 2 different choices here. We could have the plus invis ring, which would potentially let us learn, usually 5 points of evocation skill is about what you want, and we could start going invisible by evoking it. It would give us some extra evasion and a bit of extra dex. Or we could wear this one, it'd be a bit of extra strength and slay plus 5. While I'm not really worried about our damage output too much, I'm also not really worried about our defenses. We've got 50 AC and 34 shield, and that's to go along with 10 evasion. So I mean, 14 evasion would be nice, but our character's already a tank. We've got 271 HP, so I'm really not too worried about defense here. So I think let's just get plus 5 slay. We'll kill stuff faster. In a sense, strength is slaying too, because the amount of strength you have ups how much damage you do. Where did our friend go? Did he? Oh, maybe I forgot to tell him to follow us again. Let me see. Maybe he got shafted or something. No, he's still here. I don't know. Still no magic cloaks though. Not even just enchanted cloaks. You cannot run into that hole. You're gonna get bolted. There we go. How many digging charges? 67 of the things. A lot of digging. Alright, on we go. I'm kind of tempted. I mean, Algrim's an orc priest. That's as trained as he's going to get. So I think I just want to retreat him away. And then we'll just train. Oh, I went the wrong way. I did one extra move. I messed it up. Alright, retreat upwards. Change my mind. Yeah, you can stay here. Ugram's going to come back to us. Alright, good. So yeah, we'll just train Ugram up to Warlord. Let's keep magic mapping. We've got so many. 12 of them. This is a really annoying flaw. Fortunately, we have a lot of digging and we have a lot of smite. So it's going to be filled with Draconians. Oh god, that was suddenly a bunch of dudes. I don't want to do this. I'm going to tell him to follow us again. This is... yeah, this is a really scary stair to be at. I'm going to pick a new one. Go away, Ugram. I just want the knight. Try again. No. There we go. Okay, let's try this stair instead. Oh, this is even worse. I should have checked. We've magic mapped. Okay, so there's one stair here. This is bad. And there's one stair in there, which is also pretty bad. At least at the other one that's in there, it's sort of protected a little bit. There's like a little bit of an... Oh no, that was a down stair. I'm really dumb. Okay, this was the other one. This is a bad stair too. I think what we need to do is just tell our Orc Knight to guard here, and we're going to stare that stuff up. Because this is way too many things to want to fight on the floor. And also, that's 3 black Draconians. We need Aralek. Wow. Instead of protection from magic, I guess. Yeah, okay. We have Ulfron, the Orc Knight. He got named. Beogh didn't give him anything. So what do we do? I don't really, again, don't want to give him the Undertaker. Zot 3, we can give him... We'll just give him another plain glaive. So he can stay here. We'll go get him a glaive. Would be better to go get him one of the more powerful weapons. If it were just me playing, I would do it, but I doubt you all want to see me running around getting all the best weapons to give orcs. He is at this there. Okay, you can have a glaive. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think so. We've still got our Aralek ring on. I should not have done that. Although maybe I should. What else is there? And we haven't seen any dangerous MR enemies, so I guess this works. Hey, okay, so Ulfron became a warlord too, so there you go. We even trained up our 2 plain orcs. Which means, I feel like we should do another, another roll call. Let's find out how many warlords we have. We'll see if we actually even have any orcs that we can train. I feel like we've done so many warlords that, I don't know, we need a bigger open space than this. Our team is large. Alright, this is a good open area. Alright, let's recall everyone in. Let's find out how many we have. Is that it? You finished recalling. Okay, so this is our full team. I see a couple of plain ones still around. Let's count our warlords. 1, 2, I love to count. Counting is fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 27 orc warlords. And we're still on our 3rd rune, so I don't know how many we're looking at over the course of an extended game as well. But well on our way to crashing the server, I would say. So we need to get a couple of these plain orcs to try to train. Let's see if... I'm just going to run to a stair that's far away. So a couple of warlords followed us. I'm telling them to guard here. They can all guard. Here's a plain orc. We'll run to another stair. Alright, well, we got him. Okay, perfect. I told them to all guard. And then Zaratok can guard here. And then we'll go get our plain orc back. Perfect. Okay, now into Zot. What does he have? He's got a scale mail, so he's going to be a bit more survivable than the plain ones we had before. Getting rid of our priests. And the wizard is going to die very quickly, but that's okay. We'll see if this scale mail plain orc we can't make into our 28th warlord. And then, see, the thing is, once upon a time where there were still spawns over time on floors, at this point when you ran out of orcs, you could just go stand in the orcish mines for thousands of turns and eventually more orcs would spawn. We can't do that anymore. If we train everyone, we'll have to just run around on our own and wait for Beogh to gift us more orcs. It's pretty funny. We are still stair pulling on this stair. Let's go get the purple one who's got a glaive. Because he's got the glaive, he's never going to step up to us and get pulled. I also need to retreat these guys back. Because this guy has a battle axe, which means he's going to cleave them all. And a plain orc is going to die pretty quickly to battle axe cleaves. Still no magical cloaks. Oh wait, I lied, we have a couple. Let's test them out. That's a +1 cloak. That's a +0 cloak of invids. Huh, okay, this is good. I think we do that. Do we? I don't know, we don't really need it. We can very easily train 5 points of evocations to... It takes the evoke invisibility ability down... The evoke invisibility ability. That is hard to say. Takes it down to a 50% chance to fail. It wouldn't take us much investment to do that, but I feel like we don't need it. I haven't felt threatened by any draconians in here. In saying that, there are other enemies where being invis is useful against. Tormentors is one, Hellions, that's another, so maybe this is worth having. We're dropping a little bit of AC. Does it look good? The blue I think goes with the gold pretty well. We have enchant armor scrolls around, which we could make this a +2. Alright, I'm convinced. Let's turn evocations on. I'm going to focus it. I'm going to take it to 5. It's going to make our File of Floods and our wands a little bit stronger too. Not that I ever use any of those because I don't ever remember, but all the same. We'll go enchant this cloak up. Or will we? No, change my mind, we're not. I would still rather have a cloak of magic resistance, I think, in extended. Is that true? I think so, because even with... Oh no, I'm wearing my RLX ring still. Alright, because even with 3 pips of MR, you can meet panlords that have paralysis, and because they're panlords and they're really powerful, there's still a chance for you to get paralyzed with 3. I'd rather have 4. So I think losing 2 AC to go from 50 to 48, not a big deal. I think we'll just keep wearing this as a +0 cloak of invis. And the 5 points of evocations that we train, 1 doesn't cost us much, and 2, it will still be useful in the future, especially once we run out of things to train in extended. Training more evocations is always a good option anyway. Alright, so we're doing this really annoying vault. We can smite all these guys even through the grates, which is pretty funny, but the usual way you do it is you just dig them out. Take him upstairs. I'm not really going to bring my friends, because these are all, the ones that they put in there are the ones that can affect you even though they're in the grates. So you see here, this guy has Call Down Damnation. The last guy had a Quaslal Upheaval. So they're all AoE abilities that can all just kill our orcs, especially because we just have an orc warrior with us. So I'm going to keep them upstairs, and I'm just going to free the things and then keep stair dancing them up. Good, he became an orc knight. I can step back to make this guy come into melee range, and then he'll... Nice. He'll come up with us. Just checking for magical cloaks. 1 black draconian, not too worried about. Just check, yeah, good. I got the MR ring on, good. We'll dig towards that guy. See, he's hurling damnation, it hurts. Good. Evocations to 2. So that is a black draconian and a storm dragon. I do can now, so RLX goes on. Having 2 electric enemies at once is a bit scary. So our sorcerer here is sitting in a point where both of us can get bolted, so I stepped 1 to the right. And protection from magic goes back on. Alright, let's continue. We've got a bunch more of these to break open. It's kind of annoying. It's a very annoying vault, this one. I'm just going to kill these guys. They're annoying enough that just want to get rid of them. We are slowed now though. I don't want to keep fighting them while slowed. So I'll bring them up, we'll rest up. And on we go. Nice, that's Sorcerer. I don't know if you caught it there, but the Sorcerer just paralyzed that Draconian. The Draconians don't have great MR, so our Orc Sorcerer is pretty useful actually, because it can do that, it can paralyze them. It just did it again. Okay, MVP Orc Sorcerer. Not that we're afraid of these random Draconians of course, but still, that's a pretty good contribution, paralyzing it. Okay, that's a Ghost Moth. I'm kind of worried about taking a Gold Dragon up to them, but I guess if I stand on the opposite side, they won't get poison breathed. It all worked out. Digging. I guess we can free a couple of them at once. Perform a bit of prison break. Oh, nice. Okay. Apparently the Stormcaller is a heretic priest, so Beogh's giving us extra piety for that. Speaking of which, we've reached 6 pips of piety. We're slightly rotted. We've got 272 HP, 273. We've got 17 curing potions. I'm just going to quaff one. I'm just checking. We have never seen a trove in this game, right? Yeah, correct. We're about halfway through freeing these things. We can stay out of vision. We can run up this side so we can just free a bunch more. We've been slowed. Okay, I don't want to keep running anymore. What I'm going to do is build a kill hole here so we can fight these guys one at a time. That was a Death Drake. His miasma slowed us. No magical cloaks. Just a few more. We'll do them all at once. I'm just going to kill these guys because I'm sick of dealing with this vault. And then I'll go get our friends and we'll continue. Good. Vulnerability, we've got 6 of those. We could always do a tag team where we... Oh, okay, so our Orc Sorcerer just got hit by a bolt of cold and died in one go. That's what I mean. It's really, really hard to keep your Sorcerers and High Priests alive. They definitely do die in Zot. They die everywhere. Like you saw there, that one stray bolt of cold just killed him. Wasn't named, so we can't give him the F. But I think we can. He was a pretty good. He was a pretty good Orc Sorcerer. I feel like he earned a send-off. Just a moment of silence. Alright. We're picking up enchant weapons. I'm going to carry that with us for the moment. But that's going to work with the brand weapon scroll that we have sitting outside of Zot. And we're on to Zot 5. Okay. So we magic map it. We of course X off the exit here. And then... we're not going to try to shatter straight into the lungs. So pretend that it's one of the normal games where I'm using LRD. So the first thing we want to do is explore around all of the outer floor bits and mop everything up that's out here. Reminder, if we ever see any orbs of fire, we're going to be smiting them to death. Where'd our friend go? Our evocation's made it to 5. Where'd he go? I told him to guard the area and he just ran away. Let's see invis. Okay, let's go back up. We'll get our mana back. We don't want to be resting down there. without any mana, in case an Orb of Fire does turn up. New book. Second book that has added no additional spells. Do we have Necromutation in our list? I want to know. No, we don't, but yeah, the Necronomicon is in our shopping list, so that's fine. We would, in a double zap position there, I should have put on the Aralek ring, but once again I was being lazy. Alright, and so we've done all the outside area, so we want to go Shift X, Control F. We want to forget the floor a bunch of times. There's another, seems like a ghost moth. Yep. Because there could be permanent teleport traps that are going to throw things around the floor. So we're going to forget and remember the floor a bunch of times. We're going to explore around. That is an Orb Guardian and a Moth of Wrath. Usually terrifying. So these Orb Guardians hit for 45. They're really fast. And when they become Berserk, they just kill you. But we've got 48 AC, 35 shield. I'm not worried. We could very easily smite the Moth of Wrath to death. We could also fear it, but again, see, the Orb Guardian does really hurt, but we're going to kill it first. Our defenses are great. We've got extra HP because we've got an Orc Knight friend with us. So we're always going to win that fight. If that had been multiple Orb Guardians and a Moth of Wrath, I would have taken evasive action. Oh no, okay. So in this case, the problem here is that our C Invis ring also has minus MR on it, which will potentially open us up to being paralyzed. I'm going to look up the monster. It's question mark and /. It's an Ancient Lich. That is not what I wanted to do because I'm in the ability menu. So it's question mark / M and then Ancient Lich. It's gone invis, so we can get an idea of what it has. The two that have invis, neither of them has a hex. Well, this one has confuse, and that one has slow. Okay, but it's not the paralyze or the petrify. So I'm not too afraid of not having MR against him. So we can put our C invis on, and then we can fight him. He is the type that has summon Greater Demon though. So if he makes a fiend or something, we'll need to smite him to death. Let's get to our upstairs while we're not slowed. Okay, we are still slowed. Okay, 15 potions of haste. Let's just quaff one. We can become normal speed. And, yeah, okay, let's just start fighting. We should be fine here. There's an Orb of Fire though. Alright, so Orb of Fire plan. We smite him. There you go, he dies. Our friend becomes an Orc Warlord because we just killed an Orb of Fire. And then we keep fighting this stuff. Still not named though. Alright, so there you go. Orbs of Fire don't necessarily kill your friends. As you saw there, Smite is exceptional at killing them. Let's put our protection from Magic Ring back on though, in case we meet any more Ancient Liches. So we've almost cleared it for a second time. And look how many more monsters are turning up. Especially because there was a bunch of noise in the middle here. That would have woken enemies up. Oh, it's double Storm Dragon. Never mind, we need our elect back on. That potentially woke a bunch of enemies up. And so they might be wandering out. But they're also potentially hitting teleport traps. This is so bad. He's in a really bad spot there. Okay. He's become Malork. So he was really flirting with being bolted there while I'm very low HP. So Malork can have a weapon. He's got a +1 chainmail. Let's see if we can find him pull on. There's just a glaive here. You can have the plain glaive. Alright, nice. Which means we kind of need more people to train. Okay, same trick. We recall everyone in. We hit our wait here macro or guard this area until we start getting one of the plain ones. Which is going to take a while because we have many Orc Warlords. There's a plain one. Okay. To the downstairs. We got him perfectly. Okay, so here's It's been increasing levels of challenge through training orcs in Zot 5. In Zot, I mean. Can we bring a plain orc into Zot 5 and bring him to a warlord? Conventional wisdom would tell you no, because Beogh has fallen off by this point and orc followers simply die in Zot. We'll see. Although I want it to be fair, I think the answer probably is no, but we'll see. That was really dangerous with the Zot trap there, because the ancient lich stepping on that could have paralyzed us, could have done a shadow creatures, could have done heaps of really dangerous things. I note that this is why you don't forget. So, because I haven't paid attention, we have our RLEC ring on and not our MR one. And our RLEC ring is minus MR. So we actually right now have a 77% chance to be paralyzed against this ancient lich, if he has that in his spellbook. I think it goes without saying that 77% chance to be paralyzed is way too high. So let's put our protection from magic ring back on. And that makes it to 14%. So still a small chance, but not as bad. And this is what I was alluding to before, and I think it will get worse potentially with Panlords. Even having 3 pips of MR, they have a decent chance to still paralyze you, potentially in extended. So I would like to have a cloak of whatever that thing is called, MR. Note that he went invis, and wait, an invis one does have the chance to paralyze you? Wait, that's not what I learnt last time. Did I mess this up? I don't see a book that has invis and... Oh no, because we didn't know that he had paralyzed. Yeah, sorry. I was just assuming that he had paralyzed, so he must have been one of these books. Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay, we're good. For a second there, I was thinking everything I learnt about ancient liches is a lie. Okay, our orc died. Fair enough. He got hit by the phantasmal warrior and he went down. My understanding of haunt is that the enemies wouldn't only attack the haunt target. That's what they tend to do when you're the one who's been haunted. So I'm a bit surprised there. That's okay. If we make it to 6 pips of piety, we can resurrect him. I'm probably not. I don't think that's likely though. RLEC goes on against this guy. So it turns out that no. Although part of that had to do with my misunderstanding how that worked. How haunt works as an enemy spell. Yeah, but the answer is no. Cannot bring a plain orc into Zot 5. Oh well. I swear I could do it if I knew how haunt worked. Rip. So we're still scoping around. At this point, I'm not going to bother bringing a new orc in, because I just want to see if we can smash open the lungs, so I can win my argument, and then we're going to leave. Because I would still prefer to keep our potions of mutation if we can. So I don't want to go in here and fight all the orbs of fire. Let's put our RLEC ring on. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, Beogh, blessed be his name, just gave us a new lot of orcs. So he does want us to train some more. This is good. One of them is an orc knight, so we're starting off from a pretty good start here. Shift X Control F. We're gonna scope around a few more times, treat them out of the poison cloud. But yeah, you see how even though we've explored a few times, new enemies are turning up. They're probably hitting teleport traps. That's the most likely explanation. Especially considering how many ancient liches that we've seen up here. They're almost certainly getting teleported out from the main chambers. How about we stand in this bit? And we'll just do a bit of yelling. We'll see if we can yell some monsters out. Even if we just wake them up and then they're wandering around and they hit the teleport traps, it will still be useful. Okay, maybe. Shift X, Control F, forget the floor. Let's see. Okay, we'll do one more, and I'd say that's probably it. No, they're still turning up. Oh yeah. Whole new Draconian pack, in fact. We can go invis. We trained our evocations for this exact scenario. So with our 5 points of evocations training, we've got a 50% chance to use the ability. There we go, we got it. So these guys can't see invis, so they're much less of a threat to us. I don't want you to kill our guys with a corrosive bolt there. Flicker for a moment. Okay. Let's get out of that chamber. Oh, we've got Ogric. Okay. What was I've seen there's a polearm here. It's a trident of flaming. He can have the trident of flaming instead of his war axe. Okay, cool. And then let's keep going. It seems like monsters are still turning up. Yep. And one more. I've said that a few times, but every time I say that we find more. I think we're actually empty now. last one. Okay, done. Alright, so now it's time to see if we can shatter the sides of the lungs open, even though we have no earth magic training and we are a random melee 3 rune character. So in order to even attempt this, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need all the wizardry we can get, for one. So we've got a staff of wizardry with us. We're going to go get this uncursed ring of wizardry. And then we're going to need to buy another one. And I'm not 100% sure at which point more intelligence or more wizardry will become more useful. So, because for each wizardry item you have, it gives you less of a return. So it's diminishing returns. That's a better way of putting it. So we've seen a lot of int. Well, it doesn't matter. We've got 3,000 gold. I don't mind just for science to go buy this one. Okay, so we've got a staff of wizardry and 2 wizardry rings now. We've also, of course, got brilliance potions, but for the science, let's see what int items we have. I know that there's an int +8 scimitar there. That might be the highest int item in our game. I think it is. Yeah, we don't know what this faintly glowing morning star is. I'm not going to bother. A +8 int scimitar is probably going to do the trick. I was going to buy potions of invis, but now that we've got it on a cloak, I'm not so bothered. Okay, so let's go get the scimitar. It's in Zot, and we'll see if we can blow this wall open using shatter. Oh hey, we got a random orc. We need to drop something. Oh, we have a glowing cloak. It's just +2. Okay, never mind. Alright, back to Zot 5. Oh, our friend came with us. I don't want him to come with us. We're going to be doing some crazy things. We're going to be casting Shatter. We're potentially going to be facing monsters. Alright, so things we need to do. We're going to need to take our armor off. We're going to need to take our large shield off. Even though our shields are at 25, which is our whatchamacallit, it's the penalty point. Our shield of ignorance has int -4, so that's going to hurt our casting. So we need to take that off. So we take off our armor, we take off our shield of ignorance, and we start putting on our wizardry gear. So I think let's just have a look first if we have 2 rings of wizardry on and the staff of wizardry. How's Shatter? It's still 100%. That's not unexpected, but now if we drink a brilliance, is it still going to be 100%? Maybe. So we feel clever now. Let's have a look. It's still 100%. Alright. So it looks like maybe this isn't really a thing. What if we wield our scimitar +8 int? 100%. Alright. Okay, well that tells us that we can't do it at 0 training. So I lose that bit of the argument. I guess we can try at various points of earth magic. Maybe we'll train 5 of it and then we'll come back. But yeah, okay. Cannot cast a level 9 spell even with no training. So with no training, even with brilliance, a bunch of wizardry and a bunch of extra int. Today I learnt. Alright. I think we can make it happen. But not like this. Alright, so let's put our armor back on. And then we can drop our scimitar. Maybe we'll come get it later. We don't really need to walk around with these wizardry rings either. And so we want the Slay +5 one, and we want protection from magic. Alright, and drop our scimitar here too. Okay, so that clears that up. At least it cannot be cast with no earth training. Maybe with just a little bit of earth magic training, it might allow us to do it. But we'll have to find that out in the future. That's going to be it for this episode. I don't want to mess around in Zot anymore because there's only the inner lungs, at which point we're going to be meeting orbs of fire and the like, and I don't want to get mutated. So back on our standard extended path now. In the next episode we'll be doing Abyss and the Slime Pits. See you all later.